Next, we talk to a real lobbyist. His name is David Zaruk. He is a teacher in Vesalius College, but he is also employed by the industry. His special interests are risk communication, lobbying in the EU, and corporate communication. He will tell us something more from the kitchen of EU lobbying. What would make you a successful lobbyist?
I think being a good communicator is very important. Lobbying in the American sense of the word generally is lawyers who get caught up in these little technical details and they're really technocrats. But I think in Brussels you've got to be a good communicator. You've got to be able to sit down with someone and give your message across in 2 or 3 minutes, very clear, get the main talking points through. You've got to be able to network to know people. Because Brussels is a very small town, everyone knows everyone. If you're in a particular issue, there may be 20 people, 20 actors who are at all their different events and involved in the consultation. So you've got to be able to network well and get yourself into these groups. And be able to reach the people that your clients will need. You have to be an opportunist. You have to be able to see where society is and what they're willing to accept, what they can't accept, what they're afraid of, what they can be made to find less fearful. And you can pay attention to who's doing which campaigns and which opportunities. And if you pay attention to them, you can see that people don't just run these campaigns in the middle of nowhere.
Which one was your favorite campaign?
I think my favorite one has to be related to pork. In particular, this one company that had developed a new technology. As you may not be aware, all pigs, when they're born, male pigs, boys, are castrated because as the pig gets older, and begins to go into puberty, there's a phenomenon of abortion which causes the pork to go around a bad taste and a bad smell. And so you have 2 options: either you castrate the boars at an early age, within the first 9 days, or you slaughter the pigs before they begin, which is when they're smaller and not as profitable. So this one pharmaceutical company developed a type of vaccine which essentially castrated the pigs through an injection, which you would use probably about 2 weeks before slaughter. And there was a lot of concern, of course, that people would interpret this as because what the vaccination does, it shrinks the testicles. Now, there's always concern when you put something into the food chain that the humans are going to eat this and that the male population will going to suffer from consequences which they will not feel very happy with. So we needed to raise awareness, first with the veterinarians, that this was safe, that there was no risk of it getting into the food chain among people who would be eating this pork which had been vaccinated, but they couldn't call it a vaccine. Would therefore not suffer the same issue. So that was one awareness raising to do. We have to also, at the member state, try to raise awareness within the agricultural community that they would benefit from this because they would get more pork. I'd have to raise awareness within the general food chain that the pork would actually taste better. And with the health chain, there's actually less fat in the pork because a castrated pig doesn't do very much, and therefore it gains a lot more fat, which is not very good for the health. And most of all, the animal rights people are very happy with the idea of stopping pig castration. So you have to take all of those things together, and of course one negative is the general public concern that by shrinking the pig's testicle and eating that meat, my own testicles would shrink. Was not a concern. And of course, that's always the big concern. People are more concerned about the health effects, particularly as it affects the male reproduction. So that, I think, was a rather interesting campaign that we had to organize at the time.
Why lobbying?
Well, it's funny that people are very, lobbying's got a very bad reputation because it's considered as you say, manipulating the decision process. But essentially, lobbying is a stakeholder who's defending the interest of a group. That can be everything from NGO who does a very good job raising awareness on the issue, going to corporate lobbies to the member states who are the biggest lobbyists. I once said that when I'm taking your son at bedtime is to a best example of a lobbyist because he's trying to influence the decision-making process very clearly. And so lobbying is not a bad word, it's not a new word. There are some cases of bad lobbyists, but it is essentially a very important aspect of the decision-making process.
But again, you are a manipulator, aren't you?
Well, everyone manipulates. I think that's his question is, of course, a very negative view of lobbying that we're manipulating in some way, but lobbying is just influencing decision processes. Those who manipulate are usually either desperate because they're losing the battle, or they're perhaps less refined and not actually in Brussels for a very long time. Those are usually the bad lobbyists, what they call people, fly in, fly out.
So, are you saying that the most influence a lobbyist can have is by providing information?
Yes, there isn't that sense of passing envelopes full of money. I've never actually seen that in my years as a lobbyist, unfortunately. The main element is providing the information so decision makers can base their decisions properly. Also that the media presents the information to the public, because if the general public is against something, it would be very difficult for a policymaker to push through legislation.
This was David Zaruk giving us an interesting perspective on EU lobbying. We hope we have brought up your interest and we have inspired you to look for the opportunities Brussels gives. Now, back to the studio.
I would like to thank all of our guests who were present today in our studio, and remember, the opportunities in Brussels are endless and you're about to experience them. Goodbye. Goodbye.